Grand Rising, and welcome to 1776 United. GR, which is great. We have another one, which is, before I forget, is RC. Okay? That's Redemption Center. Just remember, RC is Redemption Center. RV is revaluation. And that's all coming. The meek will inherit the earth, and of course, we will be rich beyond belief. Trust me, it's coming. There is so much, yeah. No, there's nobody out there setting up QFS accounts, okay? Don't buy into it. There should be nobody out there DMing you. There should be nobody out there, like doing cold calls. That's all. They're all scammers. They're trying to they're trying to suck the $300 out of you. And they're using my name because I had buddies of mine phone me. Says, they'd phone me or message me back and say, I'm sorry, Alex, I don't have 300. I say, it's not me. So we got to stop sending money. There is no QFS activation until it's done. Okay. We have to go through the 72 hour of internet darkness. End of story. We have to go to the EBS, which activates the 72 hour of darkness of internet. And there might be even power outages. Okay, please, people. And this is for all the newcomers that are coming on. I want to just make sure, do not ever send money anywhere right now, especially right now, because we have a lot of scammers out there that are trying to steal your money. They have no other source of income, and they prefer to sit in their basements, with their blue hair and try to scam things from you, while they're eating their cereal. These are not normal people. They're sick. They have mental disorders. And it's unfortunate, but this mental disorder and psychoses that they're in is because it's all been brainwashed into them by our universities. You take a beautiful child, you send them off to university, they come back a complete commie. Any interesting things happening in Minnesota? Well, it's a cleanup. I hear Somalis being removed. Yeah, well, you know what? Everything's being removed. Like I said yesterday, the meek will inherit the earth. The billionaires will have all their assets removed. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to deal with their families or the innocent children of them. They're going to have to be totally, retrained and basically have their mind wiped because of all the poison that has been put into them. The bloodlines is a different story. They're going to be taken away. They're all going to be taken away. This is a mass worldwide dragnet, not just to clean up the criminals that are actively involved in criminal activity. It's also a dragnet to clean up all the mental illness that has succumbed to COMMUNISM. You know what I'm talking about, right? Elementary, they are taught to obey. Secondary, they're taught to obey and they get that mindset into these cafeterias, the way the cafeterias are set up just like prisons, and it's an orderly fashion. Everybody has to get in line with the lockstep. Then, of course, when you get to college and university, that's when they start implementing the COMMUNISM. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. And they come back, your kids come back totally blue-haired commies. But, yes, everything's being removed. Trump is the only man with a set of kahunas that is going up against the NAZIs. Let's make that perfectly clear. All right. Okay, what do you think about us and the little state troops merging? That's not going to happen. No, don't get emotionally involved in the movie. The movie's for us to observe. That's it. Kick back in your chair and enjoy the popcorn. What's going on in the world right now is not for us. It's not for the intuitives. Okay? You're all light working, intuitive. You are the Anons. You are the digital warriors out there watching and taking assessment over everything and all the lunatics that are out there. We're watching them suffer and have their heads exploding. Aren't we? I mean, we got to stay calm. We stay calm, stay cool, stay in high vibration. That's what they want. They want us to run around the streets like lunatics like they are. Yeah, I hope it's finished soon. But like it says, we're in the storm right now. This is the storm that's happening right now. Remember, the cleanup has already happened. This is for appearance purposes only, to kind of wake up the masses. And if I do go away, it's only because I got paid, right? I went down. I mean, I dealt with the RC, which is, like I said, they're asking, right now they're telling everybody avoid the bank or any banks after the EBS at all costs. I mean, if you want to send a little bit of money in there to, just to get some pocket cash, whatever, that's fine. The dollar's dead. The dollar's dying. It just dropped internationally. I'd be lucky. You'd be lucky to get 1 cent out of it. 1 cent for every dollar. Internationally, it's worthless paper. It's as bad as it was with the Venezuela Bolivar when they were throwing it into the ditch, and the kids were on the street playing Monopoly with it. Yeah, it's worthless. Ontario, and I don't see much going well in Canada. Well, it's not. Because we're under commie control. NAZI. I mean, what is it? Whatever her name is, Freeland. That's all, East Berlin. Yeah. That ancestry all come over from, Operation Paperclip. Yeah, those are the their ancestors were, part of the Third Reich, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And so does my grandpa. Both fought the commies. Grandpa, First World War, Dad, Second World War. He was fighting the fascists in Italy. He was trying to, take on Mussolini and the fascist dogs they were. Yeah. Yes, I know the scammers are off the charts right now. I know they are. That's why I'm saying just keep your money in your pocket. Do not send money anywhere. This is the worst time to be doing it. Millions, if not billions of dollars have been stolen from unexpected, people out there just thinking that they can make a fast dollar somewhere. There is nothing out there. Okay. Until this is a military controlled operation. So follow what the military is going to do. It will have to come officially. Okay. No one will ask for dollars to sign up for QFS. Well, I don't know what that statement means. What you're saying, is it Stargazer? I'm just saying they will ask for dollars. Yeah, if it's military, you're just going to get an invitation, and that is coming from the Chinese elders. The Chinese elders are setting it up worldwide. That's where the invitation is going to come from. Excuse me, I got a hairball in my chest. Yeah, I've heard that the wealth transfer begins on the 27th. Yeah, I mean. There's a lot. I'm getting that every day too. Richard, I'm getting it every day as well. But I'm not going to put dates out there because, dates come and go. Is that the 27th, 29th? Is that in like Indonesia? Is it in Vietnam? I know there's miraculous things going on in Japan right now. And I can't wait to go, I don't know what my flight is going to be going down there, but I sure would like to spend a day or two in Japan, just in the Tokyo area, just to cruise around to see what's going on. Yeah, it would be great. I want to appreciate everybody out there. I know that you're all patriots, and you have truth and common sense, and you're in the asset column. You are part of the asset column, and you have been chosen by God to move forward to help Him and us rebuild our beautiful planet. There's so much to be said about us being multidimensional, that we can transport ourselves, teleport ourselves, telepathy, all this stuff is all going to be activated. Our strands are going to go from 23 to 36. I mean, we're going to go from using 5% of our brain to 90% of our brain. It's like we're going to be angelics. That's what we're going to be. That's what's coming. So prepare yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually for this. Okay? Really. Cyprus has power cuts daily. There you go. It's not just, and thank you very much for the report. Appreciate it. It's just everything, anybody that brings in these reports like that. Thank you, Thea. That brings in these reports. It's telling us that things are really starting to ramp up. They did, from what I hear from the military, they're doing tests right now, and the tests are working perfectly. So we are at the doorstep. They're just about ready to kick the door down of the Matrix. We shouldn't even be part of the Matrix. We shouldn't even be playing in it. No. And people say, and that's another thing. I mean, they are throwing everything at us to kind of suppress us, to make us feel bad, make us feel guilty about things or whatever. No, we got nothing to feel guilty of. We have many, many things to feel proud, feel very proud of. And if you're getting sick and all these other things, it's because, we have been shedded on, even the people that didn't take the Kool-Aid, people that maybe did take the Kool-Aid were telling you, and then, they have buyer remorse now. They did it one time, I'll never do it again type attitude. Just go get your nicotine patch. And they'll say, well, it's got all these chemicals in it. I don't care. Get the nicotine patch and put it on. You can cut the patches about this big or whatever, cut it in quarters and stick it on your arm. Start getting that get that nicotine in you, okay? Extremely important. Now, we are doing what we can. We are just here we do not have any, we're not being handled by anybody. We're here just to dig up the truth. And that is, attracts a lot of people because people are getting sick and tired of getting lied to. Everything out there right now is a lie. And, and you can't even believe what you see anymore because of the CGI and all the AI crap that's going on. A lot of it's just AI, and it's all distraction. Everything's a distraction. Okay. Yes. Everybody's ears are ringing right now because of what's going on. And that's because they've got all these cell towers cranked right up and giving everybody headaches. I know my ears will go away once I hit the Philippines and get out in the bush. I'll be fine. I know it. Yes. I pay daily for electricity or electric. Yeah. Okay. Med beds are going to be coming out. Google says a lot of things. Google is deep state. They can say whatever they want. That's not being controlled. Google is, this is why I'm saying, well, why are we playing in their game? Google says this or, whatever. Who gives a shit what anybody says? Really? You are your own angelic being. Okay? Protect it. Protect it from all the negative bullshit outside. Right? And I don't mean to get and throw profanity in there, but, really we have to start using, start putting ourselves in the asset column. Right? Teddy said today, he says, and I'm going to get into a lot of this stuff there, but Teddy said a good thing today. He says, "What are you going to give me? I need to make an application to get a firearm. That's infringement on my rights. You make an application, that's infringement. You have to sign for a permit. That's infringement on your godly rights. They put rules in front of you that you have to sign and you put a signature there. Refuse to sign anything unless you want to. But you're being controlled. When you sign it, you're capitulating. You're giving them consent to roll you over. That's what you're doing. Don't sign nothing. Yeah. Well, we're going to have bad connection. I mean, because the whole bad system's coming down, right? It's all coming down. We're going through the storm right now because the new is replacing the old, and the old is all cabal. And we have to, as angelics, as intuitives, we have to be able to distinguish the difference between bad and good. Okay, that's how it works. Yes. Yes, they're giving us storms. They're doing everything to distract us from what we're trying to do. They're trying to depress us. They're trying to lie to us. They're doing everything because this is a war of your consciousness. Okay, it's gone way beyond politics. And let me just get something straight here. Every politician, I don't care what level you are, you're deep state. You are a political criminal because you are using and you're lying, and that's just what you do. You're a parasite that goes into office, and you have other money corporations or whatever that fund you money for their narrative. You're a what do you want to call it? You're a political prostitute. That's what you are. And I don't care if you could be at, at federal level, you could be at provincial level, you could be at regional level, and you could be at town council level. I don't care how small that town is. And then you've got one mayor and a couple of councillors to run that little town or whatever it is. You are parasites and you're going to be removed. Everybody's going to have their day of reckoning. And by the time this thing gets cleaned up, there won't be anybody left except the God-given and God-righteous people that have never done anything or no harm to anybody. This is what's going to end up. 20% left? Who knows? But we're going to have whoever is left that is in walking in God's footsteps are going to be the ones that inherit the earth. And we're going to start all over and start using our common sense and start thinking pragmatic ideas and start rebuilding this planet. We're going to have help. There's going to be help, and the military is going to be jumping in and doing it. People over there are saying, "Oh, well, why there's so many people, so many military people being killed in Iran and whatever." What? Well, first of all, you got to prove that they're being killed. Number two, this has already been done, but number two, talk about, if you want to talk about, death in the military, what about 2020 and the CV-19 fiasco? Military boys were walking away from it, right? Military, they're going to rebuild it. They're going to be trained instead of having their dicks cut off. This is the way it is. We have to get common sense back in our communities. They're all going to come down. Google, what all of these other ones, they're all going to come down. We're going to, wipe it all up. Turn it all to glass. And then whatever pops up is going to be what was meant from God. And that's basically if these, you have children that you said, well, in their best interest at the time, because you didn't know, you sent them off to university, okay? And then they come back looking like, Adolf, you know who I'm talking about, with blue hair, and totally anti. They don't have any. They don't believe in anything other than what they have been taught through COMMUNISM. If you know what I'm talking about. And that's what you're having to deal with now. They're there to break up the family. They're there to come back and break up the. If they're not doing that, they turn into little Antifa agitators. They're all being cleaned up right now, and I don't care. I don't care how long it's going to take. Canada is going to take the next 15 to 20 years. We have that much mental illness here. When are you coming to the U.S.? As soon as I can. It'll be, as soon as I get back from Asia, I'll be, which will be, springtime next year type thing. I'm going, I got some stuff type thing, and I'll just show up somewhere, pop up, and I'll get into a Wi-Fi area, then I'll pop up and say, I'm here, I'm doing this, everything. So if anybody's basically in that area, we'd be welcome to have a coffee. Yeah, don't sign up for anything. But you're basically signing your compliance. It's an infringement against your God-given right. You're actually damaging your vessel. You're damaging your ore. Nobody should be there. Nobody, no corporation or no authoritarian or no law, whatever, should be interfering and infringing on your God-given rights. Nobody. You are a angelic being that has light powers out there far greater than theirs, because they're capitulated with evil. Okay.